day, everyone in the future. It is me. It is October 12th, 2020, and it is the 8th month of COVID-19 quarantine. So if you guys are seeing this video, that means it is time for 25-year-old Cal to react to me. The plan is for 25-year-old me to respond to my questions that her past self had for her future self, I guess. And I feel like it's a really good point in my life to make a time capsule right now. Like, not only is the world in chaos, right? The world is changing. I don't know how the fallout of quarantine and COVID is gonna really affect me, just because, like, auditions for my dream job have basically gone down because of the state of the world right now. I didn't get to see my friends at RTX. I didn't get to see Arnold this year. Like, a lot has happened in the world to change how I'm navigating through it. But also just in general, right? I have like 6 months until I technically graduate. I'll get to that later. I'm thinking of doing one more year. I'm not sure. But I technically graduate. And then after that, it's like, okay, but what happens? Like, what happens after I graduate? What job do I get? Like, all that sort of stuff. So I feel like this is a really good moment to make a time capsule and like get my mindset of what I was thinking now and what I sort of wanted for my future. And then for future me, they have the burden to respond. I did try to spend this quarantine time really trying to improve my mental health and create this like work-life balance that works for me. I think I've made some really cool videos this year in 2020. I've had a lot of fun with my online friends, like playing online games with them, just making the most and the best out of quarantine. And Ruby is on the horizon, so I'm feeling really hopeful for the future right now. But like I said, we may be entering a completely different world after all of this is over, and I'm just on the cusp of this arc of my life finishing and transitioning from being a student into like an adult with a job. So life is literally going to be different in 5 years, and it's sort of mind-blowing to think about. Like, it's really, really crazy. And so now that you, the audience, know the context of this video, I'm basically going to address myself. This is how I look right now. My hair is blonde, and this is how I do my makeup. I don't know if that matters. I doubt that's really going to change. I really got it down, I think. My hair is blonde because my mom thought that that would help with like auditions and stuff, you know, to be like pretty and blonde, I guess you could say. If you're not performing, I hope that your hair is dyed blue, because that is really what I've been missing since I've sort of dyed my hair more natural colors for auditions and stuff like that. Like, I've desperately missed my blue hair. So if you're not performing or haven't performed in a couple of years or something, like, I hope that your hair is blue. I already mentioned this a little bit, but I want to know how school went for you, because I'm currently in my last year of my professional communications major, and like I said, I want to do one more year. I'm not entirely sold on it, so let me know if you did the extra year or not, because I was thinking like, oh, I'll do an extra year, I'll get a marketing minor to go with my English minor and my philosophy minor, like that'll be good. But like, there's a little angel on my shoulder telling me to stay in school and take all of the classes that I have available to me now while I still can, and there's a little devil like on the other side that is like, Cal, get the fuck out of here, because like online school has been kind of trash, not gonna lie. But did you graduate? Like, I hope you graduated, because I have 7 months left. I literally have 7 months of school left. So if you have not graduated at 25, like, that is gonna be scary in terms of like what happened there. I was also interested around this time in doing like another degree, like going back to school and having a bachelor's degree in like musical theater or something. So like, let me know if you did that, because that's definitely something I've been thinking about. Probably couldn't do that like with the current state of the world and everything, but I was like, okay, well, what if I finish my professional communications degree and then I take a theater degree? Like, that would kind of be nice or something. I don't know. I think it would be nice. What is going on with work? Because that's literally the scariest part of this video, because once I'm done school, I literally have no idea what's gonna happen, and it makes me a little paranoid. And so if you are not a performer or a YouTuber, like, please explain to me what you're doing, because right now, like, in my head, I cannot foresee myself in an office job unless it's like, you know, sort of a social media person for a show I like, or an anime I like, or a video game I like, you know what I mean? And so I don't want to think about or manifest me getting an office job in the future, right? But if you're doing some random third thing that is not being a performer or a full-time YouTuber, I guess you're gonna have to explain, because I'm sitting here confused about how you could do that to yourself. Right now, as of recording this video, I have 20,000 subscribers, and I just started a second singing channel, and I feel like that these two channels really reflect reflect what I want most right now. Like, I love my YouTube channel, like my regular YouTube channel, but I also love to sing and I really want to perform. So those were like the two things going on right now. So how many subscribers do you have on those two channels? How many followers do you have on Twitch? Like, Twitch is something that I've sort of been like on and off with right now, but I could see myself sort of committing to Twitch in the future. Is there a new social media platform? Like, are you like a TikTok 2.0 star? Like, I can't even imagine that. Are you more successful now? Did everyone forget about us? Is anyone even here? Is anyone even seeing this? Is YouTube still up? Are you a full-time YouTuber and streamer? Or are you working in a show or like a cruise or a theme park? So I hope at least like after COVID is done, you were able to audition for like some local theater and sort of build that side of your resume and then attend auditions. Like, I think that sounds really nice. I think posting song covers full-time, that sounds really nice too. So I'd go for that. Like, I'd accept that. Like, if Calxiyn never got to a point where it could be like self-sufficient, but like maybe both of them combine, like the song cover channel and like this channel, you know what I mean? Like, if that happened, like, I think that's really nice too. I don't see a problem with that. But yeah, like, I'm trying to visualize, I'm trying to manifest. I'm trying to manifest being a YouTuber one half of the year, like say doing RWBY, and then being on contract in like Tokyo at that theme park I really want to work at for the other half of the year. That's sort of what I'm picturing in my head. Or maybe like after I go to Tokyo, I would just like become a vlogger or something like that. That's kind of what I'm imagining in my head. Because again, that's one of the performance jobs I want to apply for. That's where they are. And so that would be kind of cool to like do like a little vlogging series, like my new life, like in Japan. Like, that sounds kind of cool. So anyway, I'm sure you're going to explain like what you're doing for work now, but I'm still Calxiyn right now. And so I have Calxiyn questions. Are you doing videos with Hunter? Is Hunter not doing videos with you anymore because Hunter is finally a teacher? I wonder if you had to delete any videos because Hunter is gonna be a teacher. I doubt it, but I do wonder. Is RWBY still around? Like, we're going into volume 8 right now as I'm recording this, and I could see RWBY going on to volume 13. I could see RWBY going on for that long, but RWBY might be over, and that is terrifying for you, sis. That is a terrifying thought that RWBY is done. Yeah, if this is the last season of RWBY while you're watching this video, like while you're responding to this, if RWBY is in its last season in 2025, I will literally, I may cry a little bit. I hope that there's a spin-off. Is there a spin-off, at least, maybe? Did anyone animate the Team Coffee books and the Team Sun books? I hope E.C. Myers is okay. I hope E.C. Myers is okay and living his best life if RWBY's over, because, like, I really liked his writing right now. I really liked him doing the RWBY books, and so if RWBY is done, like, I hope that, you know, he's doing something, you know? I'm kind of worried about Arnold if RWBY is done, to be perfectly honest. I hope he didn't go broke. That's a nice way of me saying that I'm worried. I hope he didn't go broke. I'm sure that Arnold pivoted well. I hope that you helped him pivot to, like, anime reactions or something so he's not, like, you know, homeless. What is going on at Rooster Teeth, sis? Like, is Genlock taking off? Did Genlock ever take off? Did they make something new that's a huge hit? Because right now, like, Genlock Season 2 has been confirmed, sort of, and then it kind of went on hiatus, and then they got a bunch of new writers and stuff, and so now it's kind of on the table, like, it happening again. But, like, imagine, like, I don't know. I can't really imagine Genlock being, like, this explosive thing like RWBY was. But you know what? Like, if it was, like, I hope so. Like, I hope we still have a job after RWBY is over. That's what I'm just trying to say. This is a hard one. Is Miraculous Ladybug around? Because Miraculous New York just came out. We just finished season 3, sort of. We finished season 3 last year, but season 4 isn't out yet. I feel like Miraculous is definitely gonna be done in 5 seasons. Like, I feel like there could be a spin-off, but we're already on season 3. And so it's like, if it only goes to 5 seasons, like, you know what I mean? Like, I cannot see Miraculous being around for 5 years, or else that's like, what, 8 seasons? Is that math correct? I hope you handled that well and found something that equally fills your heart, but please tell me what happened to Miraculous Ladybug? Like, when did it end? All that sort of stuff. Oh my god, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be ended in 5 years. That's crazy. So I'm sure lots of new anime have come out in 5 years, but the shows that are my favorite right now are Beastars Kaguya-sama Love is War, which is on its 2nd season, The Promised Neverland, which is on season 1, Beastars season 2 is coming out in 2021, I think. So yeah, tell me about those, sis. Like, I feel like that they could have ended in 5 years, but it also depends on how far along the manga is. Like, sometimes anime take really long breaks, so I don't really know. Maybe they are still around. I hope that you found more cartoons, because that's always been my worry, like, me right now, is like, when Ruby ends or Miraculous ends, like, you can't make theories about anime. You can. Like, you could, but the problem is the manga always exists to crush your dreams, you know? And so, like, from my perspective, I've always been sort of, you know, trying to figure out, like, oh, I need to, like, jump to a cartoon because that's the only way I can continue making theories about stuff. Maybe live action TV, like, did you pivot to live action stuff, Cal? I don't know. Yeah, but I hope that you found a way to cover anime that, like, fits in with what you want to do, that works for you. I kind of have an idea of how I want to cover anime to make it, like, better on my channel and all that stuff, but yeah, I'm just a little scared, I guess. Did you react to Legend of Korra? Because you're supposed to. But I don't know, like, in 5 years, like, I'm pretty sure in 5 years you probably did. I kind of hope that you pivoted to gaming because that sort of makes the most sense. I know that I'm in control and I should probably make that jump if I want to, but I kind of hope that you did that because you can theorize on games, and games usually allow for reactions. And speaking of my favorite games, Kingdom Hearts should definitely be around in 5 years. Like, maybe even the next Kingdom Hearts installment, to be honest, is coming out when you're watching this. Melody of Memory is a month away, so, like, I can see Kingdom Hearts 4 coming out sometime in the next 5 years, or even by the time you're watching this, maybe the next one's coming out. I don't know. Oh, maybe Persona. That would actually be really interesting if Persona, like, 6 came out, because, like, I don't think they've been actively developing the next Persona installment. I don't know, like, at this current time. But yeah, I could see in 5 years, like, because Persona 5 was delayed a lot. I could see in 5 years, like, Persona 6 maybe not coming out yet, but, like, I don't know, like, definitely, like, announced or something. It took me 2 years to finish, like, regular Persona 5, so I wonder if, like, did you play Persona 4 yet? Like, did you finish it? I hope you finished it, because, like, I don't know if you can do it in 5 years, to be honest, considering how long vanilla took, and I've heard that Persona 4 is harder. If there's anything else that I didn't ask about because I don't know that it's happening yet, like, tell me how the channel has changed and stuff like that, if anything unexpected has happened with the channel. Like, maybe you're a fucking, like, food blogger or something, I don't know. I'm just assuming that in 5 years I'm still gonna like games and anime and cartoons and all that stuff. It'd be kind of weird if I didn't. So yeah, like, tell me what happened, like, with Calxiyn. Tell me what happened with the singing channel, all that stuff. Alright guys, it's time for some love life questions, because right now I've been dating Arnold for over a year and a half. We've known each other since RTX 2018. If you're still with Arnold, I'm gonna hope, like, please tell me that you are engaged, because, like, 6 years of being together, because we just had our 1 year anniversary, so 6 years of being together and not being engaged. Please tell me that you did not move to the United States. Please tell me that he moved to Canada, because I do not want that for myself. I do not want the United States for myself. So, speaking of Canada, did Arnold ever visit Canada at least, even if you aren't together anymore? Did he come once? I hope that you guys were able to go to some places together, again, even if you're not together anymore, because, like, I know we wanted to go to Japan and we wanted to go to Disney and all that stuff, and so, you know, like, regardless of what happened, I hope that you guys had, like, some fun vacations and memories together, if not just so he got to experience those things, because you've already, like, gone to Disney, obviously. So yeah, did you guys ever go anywhere? Did you guys go on the Disney cruise that your mom promised you when you graduated that she does not think is happening in 2021? I'm just hoping that they'll reopen Cruise Line and that they'll just make you, like, take a test before you get, you know what I mean, before you get on and all that stuff, so, like, the cruise line will, like, reopen again. My mom does not think that that's happening this year, but did you get to go eventually? In 5 years, please tell me that you got to go on a Disney cruise and went to Disney World. So yeah, closing my eyes and visualizing that Disney vacation with Arnold, my mom, and my sister. I think that that would be a really nice thought. Or with Arnold and our friends, because our friends from RTX were actually planning a Disney trip this year. And then it didn't happen, obviously. Yeah, so did you guys break up? Back to not breaking up with Arnold though. Let's talk about like real life friends, because if you and Arnold are engaged, who is coming to your wedding if Hunter is your only real life friend? I hope that you made like more friends. Like, I have my amazing online friends, like the people I've met at RTX. Honestly, like I can think of like 10 people I would love to have at my wedding, like as friends. But I hope that you made other friends, especially because like for me, I just really wanted to go into this university semester like trying to be more outgoing and more friendly and trying to make more connections with people before I graduated, but then COVID like tossed all that aside, I guess. And so I'm just hoping like I was able to make friends somewhere, and like even like I said before, that I want to do more local theater after, you know, all of this is done. Like I could make like theater friends. That sounds so nice. Now to move on to some family questions. Are you still living with your mom? Did you ever get a house? Like, are you renting? Do you have an apartment? Like, what's going on? Did she ever quit her job? Because she really, really wanted to quit her job during quarantine. And like, I hope that for her. Is Jay graduating? Jay is my sister, if you guys don't know. Is she still in school? Like, what is she doing? Did she ever teach you how to dance for the auditions? Because that is something that I've really been pushing for lately, is like dance lessons for my sister. So I at least have more like movement skills and all that stuff for my auditions. Yeah, I can't really think of anything else. I think that my eldest cousin will be graduating high school. So like, what is she doing? Like, is she going into like, you know, is she going into university or something like that? And I think my youngest cousin will actually be graduating high school too. So tell me what they're doing. Tell me how they grew up, sis. So, I'm kind of afraid to bring up my grandfather, my no-no, just because he's like already 92, and I'm a little skeptical of him still being around in 5 years. Like, my mom is like, don't worry, Kaylin, like he'll live until 100, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, and so I want to tread a little carefully, just because, you know, like I don't want to bring up any sad stuff like for my future self. I'm already having a hard time with it right now when he's still alive, right? So yeah, I guess what I just wanted to ask is, it's always been sort of my dream for No to walk me down the aisle, like at my wedding, or at least have him approve of like whoever I'm supposed to marry and stuff. I know that's an old-fashioned thing, but that's sort of always been like my dream, you know? And I'm just afraid that like I don't know, like obviously I'm not ready to get married at if I'm turning 21, right? Like, I'm not ready to get married at 22, right? And so it's one of those things where it's like, I would be ready to get married in 5 years, but is he still gonna be around in 5 years? And that's also why, like, I wanted, you know, Arnold to come here and meet him and, like, all that sort of stuff. And just the world situation has sort of put that all out of whack. So, I guess what I want to say is that I just hope, like, no matter what happens, like, maybe, like, you're watching this and you're like, Kaylin, like, relax, he's still alive, you know, like, while you're responding to this. But I hope, like, no matter what happens, like, I just really hope that you didn't mentally shut down, because whenever I imagine it, like, I don't know if I've told you guys this in 5 years, but I have, like, really, like, intrusive thoughts, I guess, and, like, it's one of those things that, like, I lie awake and before I go to bed at night, I just imagine it happening and I just can't stop crying, and I imagine myself just sobbing and sobbing for days because I just don't know how I'm gonna handle it. I don't think I'm gonna handle it well, so it is something that, you know, really does concern me, I guess, like my mental state after that, because he is basically like my father, you know what I mean? He's my grandfather. He does all the grandfather things, but he also sort of filled that void of fatherly things too. I do have, I guess, a little closing statement about that, and I just want to say, like, RTX 2019 and 2018, that is really when my life changed, and I have been getting better ever since, like, better mentally each year, constantly improving, constantly evolving who I am as a person. Like, I've just become a happier person. That RTX just really changed me. It broke me out of my shell, and it sort of, you know, it almost told me who I really wanted to be. Like, being around all these other people and, like, I don't know, just having to hide parts of myself for so long in high school and things like that, like going to RTX and being around people like me, it really sort of made me feel free, you know? And I think, you know, I have better coping skills now, obviously, and so I'm just hoping that something hasn't really hurt you, because I remember how how hurt I felt around high school, and I got through it. And, I guess that's what I'm trying to say is that, we got through it once. We're in a great, better place, like mentally and all that stuff. It's not perfect, right? I don't think anyone's mental health is perfect. It's always something that you have to keep improving upon. So even if something did happen, like, I believe in you. Like, no matter what, if life didn't go as planned, even if something really bad happens, like, I feel like that people are rooting for you, and it's important to sort of remember that now, right? Like, I believe in you, I'm rooting for you, and I know that hopefully, people will still be rooting for you too. Like, even if this platform is gone, you still have your family, hopefully you'll still have your friends, or maybe even new friends, and I just have hope, I guess. And I guess this is how I'm ending this now. I have never wanted to be alive as much as I want to be alive right now at 20 years old. Like, I've never wanted to see what the future holds and, experience some of the best of what life has to offer so badly. And that's, I guess, like, I don't want me to make you feel that you have let me down in any way if you have not achieved your dreams yet. Because what I think is, like, you're still young at 25, right? Like, 5 years ago when I was 15, I wanted to be a writer, and you probably remember that, and I was, like, constantly writing. Like, I was writing all the time, constantly. I had so many books planned, I wanted to get published, all that sort of stuff, and, like, anything can happen by 25. Like, if you found an office job that you loved, and it wasn't the YouTube channel, or it wasn't performing, or whatever, like, I believe, like, in whatever dreams you're gonna have going forward. Right? Like, I believe that you will fight for whatever dreams, even if they aren't my dreams, even if we changed our dreams. I still believe in you, and I hope that you're able to make things happen and, like, work towards them, And so I guess I want to ask if you've enjoyed everything that you've done this far, if anything unexpected has happened that I didn't ask about, what are your plans, I guess, moving forward, and that is about it, I guess. And so, bye, future me.